Hello, this is Notaspringchick, and this is part 2 when it comes to credit cards, because yes, there are credit card traps, and they're pulling some fast ones on you that you may not even have thought of. Actually, one of the things, remember those things that tell you you can do a cash advance, and they give you these checks, and then they tell you that the checks are valid until, let's just say, okay, we'll say March 1st, because March 1st already passed. So they said the check is valid until March 1st for this rate, and you call it in and you make sure that everything's okay. So you use the check prior to March 1st, and then you get a statement back from your credit card company saying they cashed a check, but the check was cashed after the date.
Yeah.
Right? So they were going to charge you the regular credit card interest rate. Well, when you expected a credit card interest rate of 0, and all of a sudden you're paying 13%, there's a vast amount of difference. And there's a vast difference because not only is there a big difference between 0 and 13, but on your credit card statements, you have to take a look and see which order they pay those bills off in.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they pay off those bills according to the lowest interest rate, which means if you thought you were getting 0% interest and it's instead 13%, you're paying 13% on that money until it's all paid off, not just for that promotion. Everything else up to that is paid off. It's a lower interest rate. So I called the credit card company, and they told me, they said, well, I'm sorry, but you might have put it in prior to that date, but it didn't get to us until after the date.
That's right. And you know that they also read the print that you can pay a bill on Thursday and they not post it until Monday.
That's right. So you always have to read those. So part of it is, though, is I called up the credit card company and I said, well, I sent it in before that date. And they said, well, the bank didn't process it until that date. So my argument was the bank may not have processed that, but that was not in any of the fine print that I read, nor that you told me. So I asked them to change it back.
Yeah. But
which they did after
much discussion.
much discussion.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, I mean, I don't know about you, but I get rather upset when, you know, your taxpayer money is helping to bail out these banks and they're pulling these things on you.
Everybody in the country is unhappy about what's going on in the banking system now.
So pay attention to that. Because, what's another? Okay, so that one was the fast one.
Another thing they're doing is they're signing people up for online account, to do your thing, online banking, to get away with the paper, and then you can't get into the online again. And so you don't really have an idea what you know what the money costs, but you don't know what you spent it on because you can't get into it anymore. And the trick is you have to remember exactly everything you put down on the original application 20 years ago in order to get.
That's the challenge because on your accounts they tell you to have a different password for each account.
Yeah.
Don't write it down anywhere and to change it every month.
Yeah. Okay. I can tell you the bank I do business with, without bothering to tell me, changed the way of getting into the system.
Well, I know. So now.
So I actually can't get in to see what my balance is in the bank anymore.
I know. Now, isn't that crazy?
I know.
Because
I mean, I can go to the bank and find it,
I know,
but I don't get a paper
kind of
thing on it, and I don't get an online because I can't get into the online because I don't know what they changed it to. And I haven't got a clue what was filled out 30 years ago.
So even if you think you're being environmental by not getting that paper copy,
oh, it's a disaster.
Guess what? Yeah, it can be a big problem. Which is why I do. What is it? I get the statement sent to me because I keep them anyway for tax records. But then I do a lot of the things online and then save it. But I mean, and whoever thought that would be an issue?
I know.
People always thought that they were just being greedy.
But I've been doing my own protest. I haven't been using that credit card. So, they say that nothing getting spent on it. Well, I honestly, first of all, my credit card is a company card from when I used to work, and I never filled the thing out. It was filled out for the company.
Well,
so I don't know what's on it.
I know, and so you thought, okay, so we thought we were being green.
No, you're not being green. I thought that was a real neat idea to sign up for online, and then I found out that it's a unsightly nightmare. I don't know what I'm being charged for.
So anyway, those are some of the things off of the top of our head, but this right here was Women's Day Magic.
Actually, that's from personal experience. Now we go to the things that we haven't been hit with yet.
This is outsmarting the new credit card traps. Now, here's some of the things that they have. And this article is by Mary Hunt, Survive the Credit Crunch,
Yep.
which is, my interest rate is going up. This is when your company tells you that they decided to change interest rates, and you have the option to opt out of it.
Yeah.
Now, here's the caveat on that. It says, it's like they can agree to give you the lower rate if you close your account, but keep this in mind because that should be your last ditch option. Because by closing your account, it can lower your credit score.
Yeah, isn't that a good one?
I know.
We
because
found that
basically you still have that amount that's owed, but you don't have as much available credit. So
example is, my house was destroyed in a fire. We took the money that we got from insurance, paid off all of our bills, and then found out we didn't have any credit anymore.
well,
I mean, they axed out our credit because we paid everything off like good people. Okay, according to the law, you have to pay off anything connected with the house. So we did that. But, we lost the appliance things, we lost car stuff, everything, the car was destroyed.
Crazy?
And they totally wiped out our credit because we paid off our bills.
See, actually in that situation, you would have been better to have been a victim of identity theft.
I know.
Because for identity theft, after you've had a problem with it, I've heard that they come back with like a perfect credit score
Yeah.
to start all over with.
But I started out from, I've got no, actually my credit is good because they want to give me plum cards and platinum, but still. But for 4 years, it took us out of the credit business.
It takes you out forever.
Yeah.
So if your interest rate's going up, they did suggest a couple things. Is what you really want to do, says Liz, is to fight back. Call the customer service, the numbers on the back of your credit card, and ask them to revoke the charges or transfer your balance to another lower rate card. And leave the original card open.
And I think Congress has said to contact them immediately if you're having problems with your bank doing this stuff.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh,
they have said
contact
your local representative and inform them what is being done with their TARP money.
Oh, see, that's actually really good because these credit card laws that we're going to be discussing, they actually go on in July 2010, which sounds like a long way
Which
away.
are basically probably all going to be modified long before then because they're going to they're coming down on the banks now, all of them.
Well, you know what? It's atrocious what they're doing. They canceled my account. So this is companies that you haven't been utilizing the account. They may just cancel your account. They don't always tell you either. So sometimes, although you don't like to utilize them, sometimes it's good. Especially like department stores, every so often.
Oh yeah. No, I had a
just to make a charge so that they know that.
No, but I had a Macy's account canceled.
Yeah, because you didn't use it.
Because I wasn't using it enough. I mean, I used it, but I wasn't using it enough, so they just canceled it.
Well, because it costs them money every month to have people, whether they use them or not.
Well, what it was I paid for everything off of my American Express card, which. An American Express has to be paid off every month, so every month I would pay everything off.
So on your credit cards, it's good, even if it's not a lot, is that you just keep something going through every once in a while, just to let them know.
I know.
That you still want.
I know.
Oh. Now here's the other part is, remember the American Express? They were actually paying people to close their accounts.
I know. They won't pay me.
Of course, I did hear them see on the news. It's like, well, if you owe $5,000, you close the account and you get $300.
You have to pay them the $5,000, and they'll give you $300 back for paying them off.
Yeah.
That's not sound financial sense. So
part of it is it kind of has to make sense for you. And one of the things that they said is asking your credit card company for a different card. Because even if your card, for example, like on some of my cards, they have different faces. For example, some of the larger credit card companies, MBNA, who else? Discover Card, Visa. Visa. You contact Visa. They've worked with a lot of different companies. And they have a lot of different faces. So you can change because each agreement may have different interest rates, and you can also have different pictures on your cards.
Yeah, that's the Capital One, for instance.
Oh, and Capital One does that too?
Yeah.
They're lowering my credit limit.
Yeah, they raised mine. I love that.
Now, here's the tricky part about that. It says if the issuer is really concerned about the risk you pose, lowering your limit closer to your balance reduces their exposure to the loss.